This is the importance of speed when it comes to a sales call. If you're a creative business owner or a freelancer who's looking to find a more simple sales structure, this is the same blueprint I've been following for years and it continually works. What we know about selling ourselves is we need to strike while the iron's hot, and the more time you leave between calls, the more likely they are to go and find somebody else or forget about the idea altogether. And so the way that I run this is a very, very simple step-by-step process. And I'm going to actually time this out to show you exactly how long I would wait before I jump on the next call. All of my inquiries typically come through Instagram or emails. The moment somebody contacts me, my only focus is getting them on a call. Why? It creates a personal connection and people buy from people. It also gives me an opportunity to understand their problem and ask a million questions. This is what I call a discovery call. So if someone reaches out to me and says, "Hey Das, I love your work. I would love to know how you can help my business. What are your rates?" The last thing I do is send my rates. You'll get a response like this that says, "Hey, thanks so much for reaching out. I'd love to know more about your business. I do not offer flat rates. All of my projects are tailored. I would love to jump on a call to understand more about your business. When are you available to jump on a call?" And then my focus is I want to jump on a call with them within the next 24 to 48 hours, because that gives me a window of opportunity to strike while the iron's hot, but also allows me enough time to do some research on their business, check out their socials, check out their website, understand more about them before I even jump on the call. Once I jump on this discovery call, this is an opportunity for me to become an absolute investigator into their business and into who they are. What are they looking to achieve? This is less about what their budget is and what their timeline is, because that's you assuming that you've landed the project. What we're really looking for is what their pain point is. What are they struggling with? Is it time management? Are they not getting enough sales? Are they lacking brand awareness? Figuring out those questions first will help you lead to solving their problem naturally. And so within this discovery call, I ask all of these questions, and then once I've got the information I need, I then take this information and present my discovery deck. Now, a discovery deck is typically like an 8-page document, PDF, very, very simple, breaks down who I am, what my core values are, how I like to do business, and how I help my clients through a formula or a roadmap system. That's simply like a strategy, concept development, production, post-production. That's typically the standard roadmap for most freelancers these days, but they don't know how to put it on paper. During this discovery call, I am not presenting pricing. My only focus is to show them that I can help them and I understand what their problem is. So what I do at the end of this call is I say, "Thanks so much for your time. Now that I clearly understand what your issue is, I'm going to go ahead and create a tailored price that's designed to work for you and your business, but I'm going to need a little bit of time. Do you have some time to jump on a follow-up call either tomorrow or the next day?" Again, that 24 to 48 hours. Anything beyond 48 to 72 hours, we start to lose momentum. And again, we want to strike while the iron is hot. And so after this is, let's jump on this sales call. The sales call is where we just talk business. I understand your pain now. I understand your problem. This is my solution to that problem, and here's the price attached. Now, there is a strict structure I follow when it comes to presenting this in a deck, but effectively, it's more like, "Hey, I heard you. Here's the problem. Here's the solution. Here's how we're going to solve it, and here's the price." Once the price is spoken, dead silence. And the reason for this silence is to create space for them to ask questions. And the more they ask, the more you realize that these questions are actually objections. How does this work? Why is it priced at this much? How frequently do you come in if it's a retainer system? So on and so forth. And then what you find is that this is actually objection handling in real time. And so the difference is if you were to send your pricing rates from the very, very beginning, they've got all the information they need. You no longer have leverage. And all of these questions they have about your service and about your price, they're not going to make the time to go ahead and ask those questions or to book in a call. Whereas if you're doing it on a call already, they can ask the questions in real time, which shows that you're not just talking out both sides of your mouth, you actually have a solution to their problem. And so what you find is that that is the opportunity where you close the sale. You know what the price is, you know what the deliverables are, you know what the problem you're solving is, you've provided the solution, now it's time to close. And that's it. A really, really strict sales process. Confidence lives on the other side of clarity, and clarity comes from information. If you don't have clarity on how you can solve their problem, you don't have enough information. Ask the questions, ask. Asking leads to information. Information provides clarity. Clarity helps you build your offer presents confidence. And that's it. That's the strict sales process I go through. So by the time someone engages with me, my goal is to close them within the very same week. I hope this helps. If you've got any questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments, or feel free to give me a follow if you want more advice on how to build and scale your freelance business. Have a great day.